Tech executives describe artificial intelligence as the discovery of a new continent, a world where billions are willing to work for free. On the ground, this manifests as millions of human beings performing exhausting, low-wage data tasks in the shadows of the global economy. This workforce depends on a supply chain of geological scale, characterized by the mass extraction of minerals and the destruction of local ecosystems. The industry presents a carefully curated image to the public, centered on the sunlit, campus-like environments of Silicon Valley, where engineers design the future. The branding of artificial intelligence suggests a system that operates through autonomous, magical code, a machine that thinks for itself, independent of human intervention. In reality, the creators of these systems have scrubbed the human effort and physical resources from the public narrative. To understand the technology, we have to unmask the hidden infrastructure of labor and earth that sustains it. This chart compares the official headcounts of major tech firms against the actual size of the data workforce. While corporate offices house a few thousand engineers, the World Bank estimates that between 150 and 430 million data workers are required to label and process the information that makes AI function. These workers are primarily located in the Global South. Companies target countries facing economic crises or high unemployment, where weak labor rights allow for extreme outsourcing at minimal cost. Training begins with simple categorization, identifying grocery items on shelves, marking pedestrian paths for driverless cars, or correcting basic text translations. The work eventually transitions to cleaning the data for safety. This involves reviewing the internet's most toxic content, murder, abuse, and graphic violence, to teach the AI what to block, so Western users never have to see it. Daily exposure to these images results in severe psychological trauma. Workers report chronic anxiety, nightmares, and depression, with many experiencing a complete withdrawal from social life as a result of their work. Companies maintain this system through extreme secrecy. Workers are bound by strict non-disclosure agreements, threatened with jail time for speaking out, and forbidden from unionizing or even discussing their tasks with one another. The functional intelligence of these models relies on millions of individual human decisions. For safety and moderation features, that intelligence is built specifically on the traumatized labor of workers who filter the internet's worst material for a pittance. The cloud is a physical infrastructure of massive, air-conditioned warehouses containing thousands of high-performance servers. Operating these centers requires a constant, heavy drain on regional electricity grids and millions of gallons of water every day to keep the hardware from overheating. These systems start in the earth. Manufacturing the chips and servers requires a massive supply of raw materials, including rare earth elements like neodymium and cerium, along with vast quantities of cobalt and lithium. Tech companies hide these supply chains to obscure the true environmental cost of their products. Without transparency on water and energy use, the public cannot calculate how much AI development is accelerating the climate crisis. Every prompt processed by a large language model requires a measurable sacrifice of the Earth's natural resources, from mineral extraction to power consumption. The architects of these systems are aware of the human and environmental damage. They view this suffering as a necessary step toward a higher goal. This graphic illustrates long-termism, an ideology influential in Silicon Valley. It prioritizes the survival of trillions of hypothetical future humans who will spread beyond Earth and colonize the galaxy over the lives of people living today. Under this logic, the exploitation of workers in the Global South today is a mathematically insignificant price to pay for the unfathomable goodness of a multi-galactic future. This worldview drives the most powerful billionaires on the planet as they race to build artificial general intelligence. The pursuit of AGI functions as an anti-democratic crusade to build a utopia for a technological elite, prioritizing a science fiction future over the immediate material needs of humanity. We are promised a technological paradise, but the benefits are reserved for the architects, while the costs are externalized to the most vulnerable. What we call artificial intelligence functions as a rebranded engine of modern colonialism, extracting labor and resources from the Global South to concentrate wealth in a few Western hubs. Tech leaders claim AI will benefit all of humanity. We must ask which humanity they are serving, when every digital prompt is paid for in blood, sweat, and hearth.